Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to have a lot of twists and turns as well as unexpected aspects that will be added to the Star Wars franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen within the Skywalker saga itself, that is really going to take fans by surprise. And the fact that J.J. Abrams is really using this movie to connect it to the originals and the prequels in very unique ways is yet another inspiring thing for this film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Kylo Ren inside of his chambers, where it's described that he is meditating while kneeling on the ground with the broken pieces of Darth Vader's lightsaber in his hands, where Kylo is said to be focusing on the dark side and training himself. It's said that the scene takes place within the first act of the film on board of Kylo's Ravager ship. The next describes where he begins to hear the voices of Darth Vader and Palpatine that consists of scrambled pieces of dialogue as well as new dialogue that sounds as if they are spinning around the room and Kylo as he meditates. Kylo is said to be tapping into Vader's lightsaber hilt that holds a dark energy, and Kylo is able to sense elements of Vader and Palpatine's past to learn the gaps in between of what he doesn't know about his grandfather and how his grandfather was trained to be the most powerful man in the galaxy. Additionally, it's described that one of the other sequences involves Kylo Ren dropping the pieces of Vader's saber after he begins to hear the screams of Palpatine and dialogue of Vader, where the power is said to be overwhelming. It's said that Palpatine's spirit, like Vader's melted helmet, is also used as a conduit to communicate with Kylo, where Palpatine's spirit acts as Vader reaching the Kylo Ren. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that Episode 9, at the end of the day, is going to really include a lot of shocking revelations that'll actually make us view the Skywalker saga in a different light. Now, in this particular scenario, we do have a moment in which Kylo Ren is training himself. He is able to meditate through the ways of the dark side by holding his grandfather's relic, which is said to be the pieces of Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt. Now, we're still not quite sure exactly how the Dark Acolytes were able to get their hands on this, which were eventually, by the way, stolen by the Knights of Ren and given to Kylo Ren at some point in time in the sequel trilogy. So, what I like about this is that this saber hilt that once belonged to Vader is still said to have a lot of dark energy connected to it between both Vader and Palpatine, whereas Kylo focuses his mind on, of course, the actual Vader hilt, he begins to hear the screams of Palpatine and, of course, dialogue of Darth Vader that actually causes Kylo Ren to feel a bit overwhelmed by this power, where he's actually training himself through the ways of the dark side. Now, mind you, this is all said to take place on board of Kylo Ren's Ravager ship. In case you guys did not know, Kylo Ren has a new Star Destroyer that is said to be larger than that of Snoke's Supremacy ship that was destroyed by, of course, Vice Admiral Holdo in, of course, The Last Jedi itself. So, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that Episode 9 is going to introduce a lot of material just like this that's going to feel very nostalgic yet new at the same exact time. You know, here we have a moment where Kylo Ren is literally holding his grandfather's lightsaber in his hands. That is, of course, said to be the iconic Darth Vader saber, except now it's said to be somewhat new because it's split into 3 pieces. So, a lot of people are wondering how it was able to survive the Death Star 2 explosion. Well, it technically didn't. It's split into 3 different pieces, and with that being said, it's no longer usable. So with that being said, we do know that Episode 9 is going to use a lot of the training sessions of Kylo Ren through the use of Darth Vader's relics, as well as, you know, connecting to different elements of the past. But the thing that really gets me is how Palpatine's Sith spirit is said to use like the melted helmet of Vader, he's also able to use the broken lightsaber pieces of Vader as a conduit to communicate with Kylo Ren, acting as if he is the spirit of Darth Vader himself, reaching out to his grandson Kylo Ren, as far as what Kylo thinks, right? So that's the interesting side of this particular scene, is that it really reshapes the moment where Kylo Ren is talking to Vader's melted helmet in the Force Awakens, where we do get to learn that it's actually Palpatine all along, reaching out to Kylo Ren through the Vader melted helmet, using that helmet as a conduit in a sense, because it holds a dark energy that Palpatine was once connected to. You know, keep in mind that Palpatine also ordered specific designs to be made to Vader's suit in order to control Vader for decades on forward. So, with that being said, I will say this whole entire movie sounds very impressive from what's going on here, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.